Welcome to another episode of OG55. We got the one, the only, the lovely AliaaAloha in the house. We put out a question out there for all of our OG55 members to pick a topic, and we will make an entire video based on that topic. And Alia posted a fantastic topic. We're going to talk about it. Ideal theme park. We're going to break it down up next here on OG55. Welcome aboard, everybody, to another episode of OG55. This is another member-picked topic. We are doing these, and I just put another post in the member tab, in the community member tab, for another round of these. So go in there. If you're a member of OG55, post your topic, and we'll make an entire video out of every single one that's posted in there. So if you post it in there, it's going to be a topic. I mean, it's going to be a video. But before we start, Alia, it is fantastic having you back. We love having you on here.
Thank you. And as you were starting the intro and then going into the OG55 animation, I was lifting my hand up to do the shaka. So I promised I was going to do it.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Where can everybody find you on social media?
Well, I can't manage more than one, so I'm still on X and AliaaAloha.
There she is. There she is. Yeah, I'm kind of like, I went on Blue Sky. I did create a Blue Sky account, which actually I saw a lot of action over there, like almost to 1,000 already, which is crazy. Yeah, it's crazy. A lot of love over in Blue Sky. I don't really use it though, but I'm mostly on Instagram right now because Instagram is kind of like, it seems a little more fun and like just lighthearted, like memes and stuff. So I'm like, oh, this is nice. And then X, I'm on there with you guys in the DMs, but don't really post that much. But yeah, but great having you back on, Alia. Appreciate you joining us. And Mr. Italiano, how you doing today, sir?
Doing good, doing good. Yeah, as you had said, so glad to have Alia back on. It's been a while, and why not have her back on to talk about a topic that she brought to our attention? So it's going to be a good time.
Absolutely. Where can everybody find you on social media, sir?
Absolutely. You can find me on X, formerly known as Twitter, at Disney George. You could also find me on Instagram, Threads, and Blue Sky under the Disney Italiano. And of course, you can find me right here on my home base on Orange Grove 55 with Citrus Corner with all that sweet, juicy, but sometimes sticky Disney news and info.
There he is. All right. So let's pull up Alia's topic. And it says here, what is a dream theme park? And within that, lands and attractions that you wish Disney would announce. George, I'll start with you. Yes. What say you, George? Dream theme park. Like, this is like, sky's the limit, essentially, that you wish they
announced it at D23 and you just...
What say you, Italiano?
Wait,
or you want me to go first?
So for me, well, yeah, you go first because I know what yours is.
I think I do too.
Yeah, you know where we're going. You know where we're going. Here we go. Let's talk about it. All right, this is courtesy of parklore.com. I'm a big fan of Parklore. They do really, really great content. Check them out, parklore.com. They used to be on X. I don't think they are anymore though. I think they're just on Blue Sky. But fantastic work. But my dream park is actually one that Disney wanted to do back in the day, back in the late 90s. I remember getting Disney Magazine and there was a big spread about Westcot Center, and it's basically Anaheim's version or Disneyland's version of Epcot. And incredible park. And this whole website kind of breaks it down, but this would have been our version of Spaceship Earth, the giant ball. It would have had this kind of element to it underneath with the lighting fixture, the lighting package, the whole thing. It would have been basically like a giant world showcase where instead of the countries, you go around the various continents. So you have the world of Africa. It says here would be the first pavilion encountered traveling counterclockwise around the park. Fittingly, this area would celebrate the origins of civilization, with guests' first stop being the ancient kingdoms of the region, passing through Egypt. Guests could participate in demonstrations of agriculture, sailing, and more. The area was meant to contain a whitewater rafting ride down the fictional Congo-Biza River, as well as spectacular entertainment via African drummers and dance tropes. I mean, this sounds absolutely amazing, okay? So we had World of Africa, then you go into World of Asia, which would be a blending of elements of China, Japan, and India. It's supposed that one of the park's more substantial thrill rides might have been here as a dragon-themed roller coaster set amongst the rolling Great Wall of China and traveling through Dragon's Teeth Mountain. I'm telling you, Aliia, this is absolutely insane, this park, okay? We even had something called the River of Time, which would have been the longest attraction Disney has ever designed. 45 minutes from start to end. But most cleverly, the waterways of this Pirates-style boat ride would bob and weave through each of the four corners, okay, passing elaborate audio animatronic scenes, showcasing the cultures and innovations and advances of each. Imagine sailing through Africa and witnessing scenes of ancient Egypt, then sailing on through the painting of the Mona Lisa and the burning of Rome. And like the Disneyland Railroad, the boats would dock momentarily in each pavilion. Oh my God. I'm getting this is like nerd heaven here, allowing guests to exit and explore or stay on board to see the entire story unfold in one telling. And that
There's hearts in your eyes. I can see
I
the
know,
hearts.
it's like, like just big hearts everywhere,
Like anime, it's all.
Yeah, like unbelievable. There would have been a future world with wonders of life, wonders of earth, wonders of space. So I'm going to basically put this link in the description down below. People really want to deep dive into Westcot, but this is my dream park. I wish Disney would dust these plans off, bring them to Anaheim. I've said it many times before. Epcot has done a really, really good job with this drink around the world stuff. I think something like that would be really successful out here in California with the amount of locals that we have out here in California. The repeatability for something like that would be like insane. But Italiano, what say you? I mean, Westcot, are you up for this? Do you think there could be something better that we could do here? What are your thoughts?
No, I think honestly, I really wish that Westcot would have been greenlit all the way, because it would have given California a little taste of what is at Epcot, but not essentially a replica, if you will, but it would be its own version. I absolutely love Epcot. I remember when you went your first time, what was it, like a year and a half ago?
Yeah.
That you kind of go back and forth between Epcot and Animal Kingdom. Whatever day we were going, that was your favorite park.
Well, because here's the thing. Here's why I think. I was kind of thinking about it, and it's like I'm really fascinated by like other cultures, and both of those parks really tap into that. So if you're in Epcot, you have World Showcase, right? And you can tap into like Mexico and Canada and Japan, right? But even at Animal Kingdom with like Asia and all that, you felt like you were in these places. It felt so real, so organic. So both Epcot with the World Showcase and Animal Kingdom kind of had that cultural flavor. And I think that's what really drew me to both. But go on, Italiano. I do apologize.
Yeah, no, all good. Yeah, I could definitely see, because they're two parks that are completely different, but they do share that same equality of world culture and location, where it literally makes you feel like you're, as you said, like you're there. Like there's parts of Anandapur, Africa and Asia that you're walking through there and you're like, oh my gosh, I forgot that I was in Florida. Like
I'm telling you, it's amazing. It's amazing. It's absolutely incredible. Have you been to Animal Kingdom yet, Aliia, over in Florida?
Mm-mm. Well, this April though.
Oh, coming up. Oh, we're gonna have you.
Mom. Yeah.
Oh, yes, you're gonna
Staying
love it.
at the Animal Kingdom Lodge.
Oh, geez. You're gonna, Aliia, I'm telling you, we're gonna have you. I can't wait to talk to you about this. I think you're gonna love it. I think it's gonna be your favorite, just like it is mine. I really do. That's awesome.
Too.
Just a few more months. But Aliia, so I mean, I know that you're more into like kind of like the studio side of Disney and what have you, but you dip into the theme parks as well. But is this kind of like the deeper dive of Westcot that you've heard, or did you already kind of know this stuff? And what were your overall impressions of what we kind of just talked about with Westcot?
I subscribed to the Disney magazine, so I'm sure I read that article, was excited about it, remembered it. I tend to be though, what's things are put aside of like, okay. And then I can be ditzy too. So probably forgot about details. But from what I've seen in explanations from you guys, they were this close, right? And then unfortunately, Anaheim was like, because of loud residents were like, no, we're concerned about this and that and this and that.
Yeah, and the giant gold spaceship Earth ball, and the city and the residents and all that. And then plus, I think Disneyland Paris really spooked Disney.
Michael Eisner.
Yeah, the failure of that.
The heart issues, lost Frank Wells. So lost a lot of fight in him.
Yeah, it was a perfect storm of bad things kind of happening, and then like they just whittled it down to like, okay, maybe instead of the continents, we'll just do California.
And then the pushback against Disney's America too, but a lot of people now are like, we wish that was built, those that are in the area, because they say that land was like strip malls and stuff. So it's not like it was preserved and protected anyway. So
I did not know that. So all that fight, and it just became like a mall. Oh.
I think so. I was reading a couple posts from someone. So yeah.
Well, maybe Disney now is a perfect opportunity. Now that they've already developed the land, Disney can buy that strip mall and build Disney's America there.
They just bought like a big warehouse from someone, Comcast or something, in Anaheim or something.
Oh yeah, in Anaheim, right?
Yeah.
The big one. Yeah, that warehouse. We were talking to our source. Trust me, bro. we call him Trust me, bro. We were talking to
Mr.
our
Bro.
Mr. Bro, and I think you know who we are referring to, but like, but this person was saying that Disney's been occupying that building for like 15 or 20 years now, and they've been renting it out.
Might as well own it.
Yeah, might as well own it. Why rent it when you're the only tenant in there anyway? So you might as well just So, but yeah, Westcot would have been amazing. I mean, they can still do it.
There's
Disney.
still hope. I still have hope for Westcot, because with Disneyland Forward and
the Toy Story,
the goal is to eventually hit a third gate for the Disneyland Resort. And I mean, I know that they could come up with something else, but there is the possibility, as you had mentioned, OG, like with the culture and everything in California. And especially like with the festivals of the arts, the food and wine, flower and garden. I mean, Epcot makes bank on those festivals.
I was just about to ask you, George. They make a lot of money on those, huh?
They do.
That's why they repeat them year after year. And
literally, there's like almost a time where Epcot doesn't have a festival. And if it doesn't, it's kind of... It seems like it's out of place when there's not a festival going on.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's pretty much all year long. Well, and the interesting thing too is a lot of fans might push back on this and say, well, Disney won't do it because there's no IP involved with Westcot, but there can be IP. I would be fine with a Westcot incorporating IPs that go into that region. So if you have if you have Asia, you could put Big Hero 6 in there. You could put Mulan or Raya the Last Dragon. I'm totally cool with that. Shang-Chi, if you want to put Shang-Chi in there. Obviously with the Europe area, you can do the traditional like Disney princess thing, Rapunzel and Little Mermaid and all that stuff.
And in place of IPs, if they can find sponsors, then that makes the IP moot, like Test Track or.
Yes, exactly. That's it. You could do kind of, exactly, Aliia. That's a great point, because at Epcot, right, you have, George, you have the various countries sort of fitting the bill for some of this stuff, if I'm not mistaken. Like Japan goes in on it with Disney, no? If I'm
correct. Yeah, there are countries that actually are in ties with Disney of bringing actual people that worked on the architecture that works on, so they can kind of keep it authentic as possible, which they were having some issues with the Moroccan pavilion. I don't know fully like what's going on there. Like there's a lot of back and forth of like differences of opinion and stuff like that. So I don't know like what's going to go on with Morocco, but I mean, it's still there. I still enjoy the Moroccan Pavilion, but we'll see. But I mean, that is a very good point of having like sponsors and different countries, representing and everything. Plus, with Ken Potrock becoming this new events kind of head coordinator type of thing. I don't even know like what even the title of it is.
Disney, it's
for
something.
All the parks. It's for all the parks, right?
Well, it's for like literally like for in California, he's going to be working with like big events.
Oh,
like
the Olympics!
The Olympics coming and everything. So, I mean, you never know how that can kind of tie back into for Disneyland Forward.
I mean, that's a great point. Yeah, there's that new position. I forgot the name of it. It's something Disney Events, something. I think Disney Signature Events or something along those lines.
It's this long.
Yeah, it's in Disney fashion. It's like the name that's massive long name, but like but it's kind of interesting because he would be dealing with a lot of various like heads of state and stuff, with all that Olympic stuff going on. You could, hey Ken, you green light. I mean, you guys green light Westcot, and you got contacts over there at these various countries. Make it happen, dude. I just think Westcot would be the perfect. I think it would be such a cool thing out here in California, and it would bring just a little bit of Walt's vision to California. Like Walt loved Epcot, and I know that this concept of this park with this World Showcase thing isn't necessarily what Walt wanted with Epcot, but I still think that it would be kind of a nice little homage and kind of like a weird direct indirect way to Walt, and have it in Anaheim, and like I said, the locals would just eat it up. They would absolutely love this thing. So we'll see. Disney, we have a lot of special access over here at OG55. So, Disney, if you're watching, we know you're watching, so go ahead and green light that, we'll be happy. But,
George and I personally know Josh.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, exactly. You guys do brunches, your people will call my people,
So.
Exactly.
But I think it's funny, like when like even with the Pacific Wharf over at DCA, like all they did was throw Big Hero 6 and change like to like a Asian culture kind of thing over there, and it's like it's popular. Like literally, huge. You could walk when it was the Pacific Wharf. You could literally break dance in that land. Like now you can't even walk through it.
I picture that one from Australia, that lady. She's like, like she's making up what she's doing. I don't know how she convinced Australia to send her to the Olympics, but
oh my gosh. No, you're right, George. You're right. And that was actually, I know a lot of fans didn't like that, but I was fine with it because it was a retheme that made sense. You didn't have an IP, and look, this is the direction they're going in with all this IP stuff. So we get it. It moves merchandise, but you already had half of it basically themed to San Francisco, because that whole theme was a Pacific Wharf, which was themed to the Northern California stuff, like, Monterey Bay and all that stuff. Right. So you already had that theme kind of halfway there. Now you just had to add the Japanese element to it. It just made a lot of sense, and it paid off for them, because you go through there now, like it's crazy. Aliia, when you were there, when we met up a while now ago, was it San Francisco yet, or was it?
Yeah.
Oh, it was. What did you think about it? Did you like it?
I loved it. It was great. Like a lot of kinetic energy, and they would play like that dancing pop music.
Yeah.
You walk through, you're just like, you wanted to break dance.
Exactly. That like that.
There was no room.
Yeah, there's no room, but you just bob your head to the J-pop. It was fantastic, absolutely fantastic. So Italiano, you're a perfect theme park. I mean, I know you're a villains guy, but that's kind of spoken for now, so it's tough.
Well, it's funny.
He could still, though, dream about an attraction.
That's actually what it was gonna be. I was kind of going back and forth between two very different concepts, but I leaned more towards villains because, I mean, I was cheering like a little schoolgirl at D23 when they made the announcement for the Villains Land.
Do you have footage of that, OG?
Oh man, I wish I did, Aliia. I wish I did. We were, he was squealing like a schoolgirl, and it was so funny too because DeMauro did the whole presentation, right? The whole presentation.
Waited till the end.
Yes, waited till the end, and with the magic mirror, and I'm like,
people were starting to leave, right? I mean, it
They
was
were
that
leaving.
much.
People
It was
were
the
leaving.
feeling of the end, right?
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh, one more thing," or something.
And then all of
Yeah.
a sudden, yeah, the flames come up, and you hear the music from Hunchback, and then the magic mirror comes up, and OG's like grabbing on him, and he's taking me. He's like, "This is it, this is it." I'm like, "I don't know what you think it is," and then literally, like, the arena erupted, like applaud and screaming, and because literally when they mentioned about the Cars Land area going into Frontierland, and then they moved into, I think it was the Disney Cruise Line, and I thought, okay, well, they're not mentioning anything more with Magic Kingdom, so I guess Villains is still in the distant future. And but the fact that I'm still very excited about the land, I still would have loved a complete whole Dark Kingdom of just a whole entire theme park of nothing but villains. But I don't want it sugar coated. I don't want it candy crushed. I don't want it where all the villains are cutesy and all that. No, I want real hardcore dark villain, basically like Disney's version of Universal's HHN.
Yeah.
Is what I would love to see in a whole entire park. Like, I want like people walking out of the park with like piss and shit stains on their pants.
Sounds very family friendly, George.
They're gonna be like rated R park or rated TVMA park.
maybe not to that extent, but like something where when you watch like Peter Pan, you get the comic side of Captain Hook, but you know, deep down he's still a very vicious, evil villain. You watch Sleeping Beauty, Maleficent just coming out of nowhere and just wants this Aurora to be dead for no apparent reason, just because she didn't receive an invitation to the party. She wants her dead for no apparent reason, you know. And it's like Jafar wanting to take over Agrabah. It's like, you can literally give, if you have a whole entire villain theme park, you basically, a villain can have their own section all to themselves, really. You know, the sky's the limit. And I would love to have that kind of dual conflict that you have the Magic Kingdom and then you have Dark Kingdom.
What if, and this is a kind of a crazy idea. Yeah, what if, yeah, exactly. What if, George, Dark Kingdom, right? What you're talking about, a villain's park. What if it mimicked the Magic Kingdom style format, so to speak, right? So you had a fantasy land, like dark fantasy land, which would be more like your Maleficents and, you know, the fairy tale, you know, Captain Hook and stuff like that, pretty much, I think, right? Kind of like that, those kind of bad guys over there, right?
Right.
But then you had like Dark Adventureland, or some version of a Dark Adventureland, where you would have like the villain from like Rescuers Down Under, like the Poacher, you know, and stuff like that. And then you go to Tomorrowland, and it would be like the Japanese dude from Big Hero 6 with the mask. I always forget his name. Is it like, I forgot his name, but George froze. So George, oh, there he is. You know what I'm talking about, George? You're back. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, that would be, I actually would be into that, because essentially, yeah, you'd be mirroring.
Yes. Yes.
Like the entrance could actually be like, when you had mentioned about like actually incorporating that into one of the e-ticket attractions, where they use the magic mirror sort of like as a portal, you know, to whatever the attraction is. But yeah, what if they use the magic mirror as a portal, as an alternate universe,
Magic Kingdom,
Dark Kingdom of Magic Kingdom, and then each, yeah, you have a Dark Adventureland, you have a Dark Frontierland. That would be really cool.
Yeah, because then you can tap into villains that aren't necessarily like storybook villains. You know what I'm saying? You can do like the Poacher from Rescuers Down Under and things like that. You know, I don't know what you would do for like Dark Main Street. I mean, that'd be a little harder, but I mean, they can figure it out. You know, it's Disney. You know, but I think it would be a pretty cool park, dude. I mean, that would be amazing. That would be a cool
Before
fifth park.
Christmas, Halloween Town or something.
Oh, that would be amazing. I mean, incredible park. That would be an absolutely incredible park. You can have villains fireworks and all kinds of stuff. I don't know. I think that would be amazing. But that's kind of what you're leaning towards. If you could pick anything, it'd be a villains.
That would
thing,
be,
right?
yeah, because a villains park for me was always on my radar since I was pre-adolescent, you know, like before I even became a teenager, like what if the villains took over the Magic Kingdom? Like what if the villains took over and created their own amusement enterprise that lures people in for their devious dark I was trying to think of another D.
Yeah.
You know, circumstances.
Descent.
There you go. There you go. Yeah, George was just a wee lad. He was what, like you were like 11 or 12 years old, just sitting there with your beard, you know, thinking about it. He had a beard when he was a kid. I just pictured George coming out the womb with
always
a beard.
having a beard.
Yeah. Always having a beard. But yeah, that would be cool though, George. That would be very, very cool. There's a lot of potential there. Now, do you think that they could do that with a villain's land? Do you think, let's say they announce a fifth gate, could you go, or is that too much villains? Like realistically, if they were to do this, could they do it still with that land? Or do you think that it's kind of overkill?
Well, I mean, they probably could.
Or do you do it at Disneyland Resort in the Toy Story lot, something like that?
That's what I would do. I think being that they're doing a villain's land in Magic Kingdom already, because that would kind of defeat the purpose of the storyline because they're already going to be in Magic Kingdom. But that would work well with Disneyland because Disneyland is that core essential park anyway. It's the OG park. you know, that's like the traditional like fantasy land and has all the major dark rides and everything. So I can kind of see them doing that. Now, if it was for Walt Disney World, the other route that they could take is like utilizing the Fox properties. You know, if they wanted to do like another park, if they wanted to kind of go like a darker, like with Alien or Planet of the Apes, you know, they can kind of do that route.
Yeah, I'm telling you, that would be cool. With the Fox stuff, there are a few properties with Fox. Like I think Planet of the Apes would be a really cool property to kind of tap into because it would kind of give Disney a little bit of that edgier Universal vibe. You know what I'm saying? And compete with Universal because that's a very kind of like I can see Universal really liking that franchise, right? And so Disney owns it, and they can kind of do their version of like a Universal experience, kind of be kind of cool. It'd be kind of cool, you know. Even if you don't build another park, I mean, a lot of those properties would fit great into Hollywood Studios.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely. Or even honestly, with Planet of the Apes, you could even fit that in somewhere in Animal Kingdom.
Yeah, you could. That'd be pretty cool. I love that park. I miss it. Ollie, I'm so jealous. I am so jealous. You're going in April. I can't wait to hear how it went. I mean, you're going to absolutely fall in love with it. It's amazing. It's weird. It's weird too, because going into my trip, I knew I was going to like Animal Kingdom. I mean, I never had any issue with it from what I've seen on videos or anything like that. I was just not ready for what that park was. This is when you're there, it's so unique. I don't know. I love it.
Oh my goodness.
I love it.
That, when I'm there, I'm going to be like, oh my gosh, that's what he was talking about.
Yeah. It's like, and this is the thing. I don't know, Ollie, are you vibes or more rides kind of person?
Vibes.
Okay. Then what do you think, George?
Vibes.
She's going to love it.
She'll enjoy Animal Kingdom for sure.
Yeah. You're going to love it. I'm a vibes guy too. I walk around and eat all day long. I don't go on anything.
Look at the decor and the art.
Like literally, even through the turnstile, we weren't even past the Oasis part yet, and he said, "I already love this park. I'm already in love with this park."
Yeah, it's beautiful. You'll love it. You'll absolutely love it. But Ollie,
really quick as a quick Animal Kingdom tip,
sure.
Ollie, this is going to be your first time. As you enter in through the Oasis, which is the first part of the park before you get to the Tree of Life, kind of stick around there for a little bit because sometimes Divine is out. She's this huge kind of like silent. I don't even know like really what you would kind of call her. She's on stilts. She doesn't talk, but she's like one with nature. Like she's this huge vine. So that's why they call her like Divine. So she like wraps herself around like objects and everything. She's actually very, very beautiful, like of how like she maneuvers her body and everything. It's really cool.
Keep your eyes to yourself,
Oh.
George. Keep your eyes to yourself. No, I was kidding. I was kidding. No, but
I
George
think
is
I've
like, hey,
seen footage or photos. Sometimes she like really blends in. It's almost like, whoa,
yeah,
that was a person, that kind of thing.
Yeah,
yeah,
literally,
exactly.
there are times like where she's like, you don't see her, and yeah, you can kind of just see like
Okay.
her head move, and she's used to. She reminds me like of those they used to have them at Epcot, but they don't have them anymore. Those white like statues. They look like they're statues, but they're not. They're actually people dressed with like white makeup and
Oh.
robes and stuff. So they stand very still. So you think that they're statues, and then people go to take pictures, and then they move.
Yeah, it's wild.
Did-
Oh, go
Oh
ahead,
my
Ollie.
goodness. Okay, I will. Thank you for the tip. I'm like,
You'll
yes,
love
give me
it.
tips.
You'll love it. And the cool thing too is you'll get an idea of what we're getting out here in California Adventure when you go through Pandora, because that's in that park as well as Pandora, and that is an experience with the floating mountains, George, woo, and the waterfalls and everything. It's like it's vibes on steroids. Like,
Oh, so even if I don't go on one of the rides
You
at
don't have to
Pandora,
go on
just
any
the
of the
whole
rides.
experience, walking through it, and
oh yeah, you don't have to go on anything in that park. It's all eye candy. The whole thing is eye candy, you know.
Love
So
that.
yeah, you'll love it. You will absolutely love it. But I do suggest though you do go on Flight of Passage in Pandora. You ride a Banshee, right? Is that what they're called? Banshee. But it's like you ride a Banshee, and it's the most incredible, most beautiful attraction. I mean, it's like it's crazy. So yeah, we'll talk in April. I cannot wait for you to do this. I can't
Can
wait.
you
I'm
just
excited.
like sit on it and then the ride does its thing, or do you have to kind of like be interactive with it? It kind of
No, you just sit there. You
Okay.
sit. Yeah, you
Like,
feel like you're on
well,
it.
and it's funny because it's like a bike, but
Yeah.
the way they use like the technology, it's like they're fusing you into but
It's like you have the connection, you're like,
Yeah, exactly. The connection, and then
he froze.
you go, yeah, he's frozen. We're gonna have to start calling him Olaf over here, Mr. Frozen.
Olaf.
There we go.
Olaf is a-
and it
There you
fuses
go.
and it fuses you.
There we go.
It's
There we
like
go.
the thing.
I'm like,
with
I'll
their
just
head.
wait. and it fuses you. You could actually feel the Ekron breathing. You could feel its heartbeat.
Ah,
And
cool.
yeah, it's really cool. It's one of my favorite rides in all of Walt Disney World. But aside from that, just walking through Pandora is breathtaking, and that's why it drives me nuts that Animal Kingdom doesn't stay open past sunset, because I got to experience what it was like having the bioluminescent forest light up at night with the lighting package of Pandora, and it's just a shame that a lot of people can't experience that. But you know,
Isn't
when it
it
comes to
staying
DC,
open past sunset sometimes, or they're in talks to try to, because
I
they know
hope
they have great lighting or something.
they do. I hope they do, because I know this was
They're
at the
concerned
time.
about the animals. I know that. And all
Yeah,
Right.
and it was like, this was at the time when they had the Rivers of Light show, and they have like the lighting package on the Tree of Life where they do like a little show, and but hopefully in time, I've heard that they're actually redoing the walk paths of Pandora, so maybe they're like kind of getting it all spruced up for hopefully that they can have the park, even if it doesn't have to stay open till like 10-11 p.m., but just enough where like you can get that bioluminescent forest.
And out here, Alia, when it opens at California Adventure, we're gonna have it every night.
Yeah. No worries
Every night.
about animals needing their sleepy time.
Yeah, no worries, except for the Disneyland cats, but they'll be okay. They'll be okay. But Ollie, a fantastic topic. Really fun.
You want mine?
Yes. Oh, you know what? I am so sorry. I didn't realize you had one for us. Awesome. Yeah. Go ahead.
Well,
Ollie.
no, you were respecting my wishes, or when I said I'm not very creative, but I thought about it, and it actually segues off of yours, OG, about instead of the really all of Westcot, just like World Showcase, that concept, and to have, but I would say my pick is having like countries like Portugal, maybe Polynesia, Fiji, Tahiti, New Zealand, Australia, have countries that aren't in Florida.
Yes, absolutely. And the Polynesian stuff would be amazing because you can, I mean, you can put Moana in there. I mean, I know Disney would love that, but yeah, you do different countries, different. I would love that. I would absolutely love that, and it would do so well out here in California. It's like it literally is money on the table to have that out here, you know. And now we have a better relationship with the city of Anaheim too.
Yes, but yeah, I hope they bring Westcot back, especially the World Showcase part. I think that would be.
Yes. Oh yeah, that World Showcase at Epcot, it's amazing. It's
you look great, George.
Yeah,
I
have like a little Mickey ear like sprouting out.
George, just embrace it like I do. Just embrace it, dude.
Spike it up.
Let it go where it wants to go and just hairspray it in place, and you're fine. You're absolutely fine. But Alia, fantastic conversation. I love this topic. We got to have you back on again. I'm going to have you. Actually, the Disney earnings call is coming up, so maybe we can all do a show together with Seymour and talk about it.
February 5th, 4th, something.
February 5th. February 5th.
I'm kind of proud of myself. I didn't completely know because I'm a Disney fan. I become like normie-ish at times too.
Yeah, no, I feel you. I'm kind of becoming more. I was talking to George about this the other day. Actually, we talked about. I think it was on a video where like I'm kind of becoming a normie when it comes to like visitation of the parks. Like I sometimes let some time go on between each visit, and yeah, I'm kind of going less and less. Where George, because he's new to California, he's
almost every day.
I literally became a pixie duster.
Oh yeah, he's there like every time I call him. Where are you at? Oh, at the parks. I'm like, what? You were just there yesterday. Yeah, so he's all into
he's
it.
He's like, what you gonna do?
What you gonna do? But when you come from all the way from across the country, and you know, it's new, it's different, it's you know. So
don't blame you, George. Don't blame you.
Yeah, exactly. So, but Italiano, where can everybody find you on social media, sir?
Absolutely. You can find me on X, formerly known as Twitter, at Disney George. You could also find me on Instagram, Threads, and Blue Sky under the Disney Italiano. And of course, you can find me right here on my home base on Orange Grove 55 with Citrus Corner, with all that sweet, juicy, but sometimes sticky Disney news and info.
There he is. Here, 2 fingers, the Disney point. There you go.
Oh yeah,
there you go. 2 fingers.
That way.
There you go. And Alia, it is always a pleasure having you on the show. We got to have you on more often. Really fun time. If you can remind everybody where they can find you on social media.
X, AliaaAloha.
There she is on X, AliaaAloha, until she's tired of X and then she moves somewhere else.
I'm really bad. I mean, I've mentioned it to these guys in DM, but I'll tell everybody that on MySpace, I didn't leave MySpace until it was a ghost town. I was like, there's no one here anymore. And I was like, oh yeah, Facebook. So
it's like that Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, like the finale, the series finale, where he's like the last one in the house and he turns the light off. That's Alia was MySpace.
I'm really lazy with social media platforms. I'm like, I guess it's just the concept of I gotta make a new profile, and I'm so lazy with it.
I feel you. I'm the same way. I
know you can get email notifications, but then sometimes they're like, they start like sending you marketing crazy emails, and I know you can unsubscribe from that, but then you're worried it's going to affect the business of your account emails. I don't know. It's just like,
yeah,
I overthink it.
Yeah, I feel I don't like to have. I have Twitter. I barely use it. I talk to you guys in the DMs. I have Instagram, and I have Blue Sky, but I don't even use my Blue Sky. I have it, but I don't ever use it. So I have a few, but I only use like 1 or 2. You know. So I'm kind of in the same boat as you. Like I create the account, but I don't always use them, you know? So, but again, Alia, thank you so much for the great topic and for coming on.
Mahalo.
We do appreciate you. Everybody at home, comment down below with all your thoughts about what's your ideal theme park. I know for a fact, member J Brad has some thoughts on this particular topic. We did a whole video with him, Alia, about like another theme park at Walt Disney World, and he had some really crazy cool ideas. But so J Brad, we're expecting some cool stuff in the comments from you, sir.
And my heart's with Disneyland, so that's the only one I was like, Westcot pretty much, but focusing on the World Showcase.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, I know. My heart's with Disneyland too. So I kind of have that bias, you know. Although I love Walt Disney World, but nothing is ever going to beat Disneyland for me, you know. It's home. It's home. But everybody at home, thank you so much. Speaking of home, everyone at home, thank you so much for watching watching OG55, and thank you so much, and have a wonderful day. Until next time, everybody.
Thank you for watching OG55. If you aren't already, consider becoming a member today.